Hello, this is Weekly Reflections, and I'm NancyJoy, just back from Tallahassee, Florida, where I had a great time with my family and grandkids, and I have something very exciting to share before I talk about this week's reflections, and that is I have a dolphin free swim, Heartlights dolphin free swim, scheduled now for June 22nd to June 27th off of Bimini, where supposedly some of the ruins of Atlantis, it was a huge continent, are, and there's a very Atlantean energy, and it's a wonderful place to swim with the dolphins, and we will be out there in the helical rising of Sirius on July 26th, and that's also the Mayan day out of time. And the helical rising of Sirius is very important to be with the dolphins because the dolphins, the cetaceans, they all came from the planet Sirius to hold a higher level of consciousness on Earth. So it's going to be a great trip, and more will be. It isn't really posted up on my website yet. It will be, but if you're interested, contact me because a group is already getting together. There are only 12 spaces, and we'd love to have you join us. So that's exciting news, something new. I started reading Barbara Hand Clow's new book, Awakening the Planetary Mind, which is sort of a remake of a book she wrote in 2001 called Catastrophobia. And it's an incredible book. I am just loving it, learning so much. But this quote really hit me right now, where you are in your life. And what she said was, we are conditioned to avoid unpleasant ideas that force us to face our inner darkness. Because if we face ourselves, we can no longer be controlled. So that's why we're conditioned. We're conditioned by those who would like to keep us sheeples, as David Icke says, to control us, to keep us in line, to keep us from wanting our liberty, wanting our freedom of speech, wanting all the things that are dear to us as spiritual creations of the God Creator and ourselves. So it was a powerful statement. And although, I knew that in some respects, why it hit me so hard right now is because when we get rattled, and I know this because two things are rattling me loudly, shaking my cage in my life right now. And when we get rattled, we revert to the pattern that it's most easiest, that we're used to going to. It's kind of that old thing where something triggers us and we revert to the old pattern instantly, even though as conscious beings we may know this is not where we want to be. But why? Why do we do that? Yes, it's a pattern, but also we are so resistant to facing ourselves and taking our power back. People might not love us. We might get hurt. We might lose something we consider that we must have or precious, or on and on. So we stay sheeples. We stay lambs, rather than becoming lions and taking our power back and facing into these things. So it's really important this week because what's going on is that as the higher frequencies are vibrating into our planet and into our hearts and into our cells, it's disturbing those denser emotional blocks we still have from the past. And these aren't just about your childhood. We've been through cataclysmic earth changes or planetary changes in the past, and those memories are still in our cells. So it's time to face those things and clear those things. And with time accelerating as rapidly as it is, it almost seems like you don't get a breath sometimes. The next thing, the next thing, the next thing. And what is happening is we are clearing out our emotional bodies and bringing them into integration and balance so that our emotions can be our guide through these times. And it's necessary because we are activating now at this time the thymus and hypothalamus, which are, you could call them the higher frequency glands in our body. And in us, we're pretty emotionally clear. We're going to become rattled as we receive more and more release from the thymus and hypothalamus in our bodies. And so it's like learning how to handle a higher frequency in your body, and where to go with that and how to do it. Well, first thing is look at what's going on in your life right now, because that's the first place you can make a change. I mean, there's a lot of good things out there, meditation, EFT, all the stuff we've talked about, but you can make the change in your life right now. We're so used to somebody rescuing us when the proverbial shit starts to hit the fan. How can we make it stop? Instead of how can we make it stop, how about running into it? Just running right into it and saying, hey, this is what I'm here to do. This is exciting. This is where I'm going to find my power. This is where I'm going to find myself, which is really the issue. And so in my life right now, I was saying there are two challenges. One of them, I may have spoken about before. It's an ongoing, since, if you can believe this, since 2004, issue we have with our neighbors over fence lines and easements, which seems like, who cares? But when they're taking down your fence in the middle of the night and pouring cement in your driveway and all these kind of things, you come to realize we spiritual people can't just say, it's okay with me, it's okay, I'm a spiritual being, I'm higher than that. No, we have to step into the darkness, our own darkness, and we have to find our power in there. And this fall we started, to take legal action and start to move things along. And then it got kind of quiet, and suddenly this week we got slammed with a lawsuit, and then they want a jury trial, and whoa, it took my breath away. Yikes. Until, as I was away from Mark at the time, but as we talked, it's like, yes, this is just what we want. We want this over. We want to step into whatever this is about, and we want to move on from there. Well, that's what's coming, as Barbara Hancock says, paradise, the new world, whatever, as we're making a shift into this new creation, this higher consciousness. We want that old stuff that keeps pulling us back into the pattern to be saved. Somebody save us, instead of becoming our own saviors. We are our own saviors, and there's absolutely nobody else but us to save us individually and collectively. And so, we look at the government bailouts and the social programs to help people, and all the things, the churches, the school systems, whatever, to sometimes those old forms, even though we know they're old forms and they're changing, we're wanting them to step in and save us. We get so mad about the bailouts. There are times when we're wishing we could be bailed out. Are there not? Let's be honest about it. So let's learn how to bail out ourselves. Let's start to change these things into golden opportunities, because if they're happening to you right now, they are golden opportunities if you are conscious. And I know, you guys out there, you are. So let's turn this around and get excited. And it really does work, because now I'm excited. I'm excited to go into court, to do whatever has to happen, and to shift back into an integrated form of life here in our lives and at El Shaddai. And it is about stepping into yourself. So I challenge you this morning to really find, everybody's got something going on of this type, which is really challenging. So step into it, and don't step partway in and turn around and go back. It's the mistake I've been making since 2004. Step in, face yourself, and go through. Come on, let's do it. Okay, have a great week. Don't forget about the dolphin trip, and there'll be more information posted on my website this week, and the Egypt December 21st, 2012 cruise. We're still planning on it. We'll see what's going on over there, but if you're interested, come and join us. Have a great week. Bye.